Hello and welcome to the weather update. It's 8:30 p.m. on August 21st, 2019, and we have a lot going on today. Pretty impressive cloud formations, amazing squall line move through our area. It wasn't too severe, but the show in the sky that I have another video that'll be up later. Just throwing a few pictures on the screen here just to show you how beautiful it was. But anyway, for that storm, you'll want to watch that other video, which will be up later tonight. Anyway, here's a current look at the radar, and you can see here's a line of storms that moved through here. And it came through with a little bit of lightning, not a lot of lightning, but it did pour. It only lasted a couple of minutes, but boy, did it pour, and it was a little windy too. That moved through, and you have some more activity off to the north, and then some activity offshore as well. And yes, these were severe warns, so we were under severe thunderstorm warning for a little bit here in Nassau County, I believe. They only issued it for the city. I don't think we ever got a severe thunderstorm. I don't see the box there, but the storm was very, very impressive. Not a lot of lightning, but the cloud formations were just incredible. So this is the radar right now. You see it's moving out towards Suffolk County, dying out. Worst activity is up north, up in northern Connecticut. Looking at the lightning map, you can see here's where the activity is going on. Worst of it's now in northern Connecticut, northern and northeastern Connecticut, and northern Rhode Island right now. And you can see some lightning strikes off the south shore there. New Jersey, I don't think they got hit too hard today. Looking at the PSEG Long Island power outage map, not a lot of power outages, just 2,554 people without power, which isn't that bad considering. Looks like the hardest hit areas were off to the east. Oh yeah, this is probably makes up for most of these. It's a big outage in Islip Terrace. So we do have an outage in Islip Terrace that is affecting a large amount of customers, 1,329 customers being affected by this power outage. So that's probably making up for the most of the people without power right now on Long Island. A couple of other outages further out east. So, and then it looks like there's one over in East Quogue too. That's a fairly large one too, and that's 335. So that's where the storms did their damage. It wasn't so terrible. We can check the Long Island Railroad and see if the Long Island Railroad was affected at all. I don't think it was. We'll look right now and see if the storms affected it in any way. Alright, weather-related signal trouble on the Montauk branch. Service is suspended between Babylon and Patchogue. They're working on getting buses. So it looks like the storm has caused some damage to the railroad. And there was an issue on the Robbins Lane grade crossing in Syosset, probably due to the storm as well. Oh, and there was a switch problem in Mineola. I don't think that was related to the storm at all. Cancellations. Oh. So there was a problem. They did cancel a future. It's always problems in that spot. And of course they have to cancel a train, of course. Of course. So, yeah, Matt will cover that. I don't talk about it too much unless it's related to the storm. That happened before the storm. The only thing that was storm related was the and it's probably due to that problem in East Islip probably affecting the signals. In Islip Terrace there. So let's look at the rainfall across our area. We're going to look at the rainfall on the underground and see. This is a good way to tell where the storms hit. So here in Mineola, we didn't really get that much rain. Maybe 0.35, 0.36. Hicksville only got 0.2, 0.32. It gets a little higher as you head south. I think the South Shore might have gotten hit a little harder by this, maybe. We have a reading of 0.84 in Merrick. Let's head out to Suffolk County and see what the rainfall numbers go up there, particularly around that East Islip area. Not really. Nope, we're still seeing 0.34 inches of rain, and then it even less as you head further out east because the storms kind of fell apart by the time they got out there. So not a tremendous amount of rain from these storms. We'll look at the Ventus sky, and we'll take a look and show you the storms as they move through the area here. We'll back up the radar again to show you. All right, so this is the current radar, and this storm here kind of intensified a little bit, the one offshore here on the Ventus sky. But let's go back to 6 o'clock. So here we go. Here is the storm here, and it actually held together as it moved over New York City. This is something they used to break apart when they moved over to New York City. Not anymore. This thing actually picked up strength and then started bowing as it moved over Brooklyn and Queens. This is around 6:10. And we go over to 6:20. You can see now it's leaving Queens and crossing into Nassau County. 6:30, it's now moving into western Nassau County. See, from pretty much the entire county is being affected by these storms. And as we go into, you can see now at 6:50, you can see it is already past Hicksville. Now moving into Suffolk County. You can see the line goes from pretty much the South Shore to the North Shore. Everybody was affected. Here's 7 o'clock. It's moving now over western Suffolk, still holding together. And it's still holding together over western Suffolk. We'll go up to 7:30 here. Now it's starting to weaken a little bit. And then it starts falling apart. But then we have these other storms, the smaller cells that pop up that produced a couple more downpours across our area, and there's one right there that popped up over southwestern Nassau County, and that one wound up moving right over us in Mineola. We got a quick downpour from that, and then that was done. And now you have these other storms over here that are off to the south. So a very active day across our area. We're going to look at some observations too across our area and see what's going on as well with that. We still have a severe thunderstorm watch that's going till 9 p.m. I guess that still has not been canceled, so it's still up there until 9 p.m. Severe thunderstorm watch. They still have us in the pink, and that's because we're still in the humid air. So let's take a look and see some of these temperatures. 74 outside, dew point 71 in Farmingdale. So it did hit 84 in Farmingdale today. You can see some very high dew points. When the thunderstorm was around, dropped off the dew points a little bit, but not too much. We can look at Islip as well and see what Islip got as well as far as thunderstorms. All right, they're reporting that this is when the storm hit 73, dew point 70. And I don't think they even got anything in Tom's River. So I'm going to just look at Tom's River and see. We'll go to the hottest spot here. Let's see what they have. So it's still 80 degrees. Look at that. And the dew point is 80. Oh, that is oppressive. That is oppressive. Look at these very high dew points. And Tom's River got up to 92 today. So much hotter in New Jersey again. No surprise. It's just unbelievable there. Let's go ahead and let's see if I can find the McGuire Air Force Base. 77, dew point 73 with a thunderstorm in the vicinity. So now let's take a look at the models. So now let's take a look at these models. We're going to first look at the GFS, look at the overall pattern. You can see there's that high that is going to come down and bring us the nice weather, but it's going to take its time. We're going to start feeling the effects on Friday, but we really get into some nice weather Saturday. You have to wait for that front to get pushed down a little bit, and that high really builds in the hole in the northeast, bringing us some nice weather. Maybe hangs on into the next week, and then we see the ridge try to develop again. And we're going to have like this battle zone here going on here, where between the highs trying to build into the north and the ridge that's we're trying to knock down the ridge basically is what we're trying to do. And hopefully we can do that. So let's go take a closer look at our area here, and we'll first look at the NAM and take a look at what's going to be happening as far as our next chance for storms. Believe it or not, we've got to talk about that. So the NAM was pretty accurate today with the storms. So this was actually this was actually tonight. It's pretty accurate. Well, actually, this is pretty. Yeah, this is actually yeah. It's having another line form. I don't know. That might be a little off. All right, so that might be a little off. It's having another line form, and then hitting us at around 10 o'clock. I don't see that happening. So let's look into tomorrow. Let's see what happens tomorrow. We have more storms that'll pop up again, maybe a little later this time, according to the NAM, and then it'll be more like 9, 10 p.m. that we see more chance with storms with the actual cold front that comes through, and then slowly moves to the south of us. So, wow, that's interesting to say the least on the NAM. Let's look at the HRRR. Go back around because this is the rapid update model. So let's see. That was pretty accurate. It does not have another line forming. As far as tomorrow goes, keeps us dry, but it only goes to 16Z. That's why I don't like looking at the HRRR. It's such a short range model. Let's look at the HDRPS. Back it up again to the night and see how that kind So it does have something else for me. We'll have to keep our eye on it. And then it has a lot offshore. Maybe a good lightning show again at the beaches later tonight. For tomorrow, it keeps us dry until we get to right around 8 o'clock, and then stuff starts popping. But it keeps it to our north. But the potential's there for more storms tomorrow, and when we look at the conditions outside, you'll see why. Well, let's go back to the NAM, and we'll look at the NAM for the dew points, because the GFS is just too low with the dew points. So I'll look at the NAM for the dew points, and we'll see what happens with the dew points tomorrow. So the dew points look like they drop a little bit, ever so slightly. We're going to have dew points in the low 70s versus mid 70s. So just a couple degrees low with the dew points. It's going to be humid, but look at the wind direction. That is more of a westerly flow for us, which means more heat perhaps for us. But you can see there's the front, and showing it move through here, and you can see it slowly moves through. So it's going to take a little bit Friday, but the dew points will be dropping throughout the day on Friday, and you can see the dew point. It's slowly sagging to the south of us. So let's look at the temperatures here. We'll look at the temperatures on the NAM too as well. So again, we look at tomorrow. It's going to be a hot one across the area. It's going to probably be probably around 90 degrees in a lot of places, even on Long Island without that sea breeze. It's probably be mid 85 to 90, probably without the sea breeze. And then we cool off into Friday. I'll put this now onto the GFS. So we'll look at the GFS temperatures. So as we look at the temperatures tomorrow, yeah, you see the GFS a little. The NAM's always a little cool, but you can see it has purple over Long Island. So I think, unfortunately, for Long Island, many areas going to see 90 or higher, because that westerly flow is going to bring in the heat from Jersey. So we're going to be feeling it tomorrow. It's going to be pretty uncomfortable. At least today it was very humid, but it wasn't that hot. Tomorrow it's going to be both. So tomorrow is going to be the worst day. But then it's over. By Friday, we're only in the upper 70s, and look at that. Mid 70s for Saturday, mid 70s for Sunday. Really nice air for the weekend, really nice. And then Monday too, only in the low 70s. So let's look at go into the future and see if we see any heat waves. It does heat up by next Thursday, and then we could start seeing some more heat by the Labor Day weekend, but it won't last. Then the cool air comes right back in again. So that's a good sign right there. We'll look at the dew points on the GFS, and you will see here that we see that drop after humidity tomorrow. We drop dew points into the 50s on Friday and into the low 50s and upper 40s on Saturday, and more or less staying there, maybe in the low mid 50s Sunday. And it's still, even though it's Monday, maybe we see the humidity come up a little bit, but still not that bad. Tuesday, maybe it starts in a little more. So it doesn't look that bad. So let's look at the skies. Let's see if we can get some clear sky to go along with this comfortable air. Obviously tomorrow we'll see clouds around, and here comes the front, so you see the clearing to the north, but we're not going to get into that on Friday. We're going to have to wait till Saturday, and then it pushes to the south of us on Saturday. Maybe a little bit over New Jersey, but for Long Island it should be clear on Saturday, and then Sunday also perhaps, and we will see. This might be overdoing the high clouds a little bit, I'm thinking it is. So we'll get at least one nice day out of that, and maybe even Monday too. Like I said, I think the GFS is overdoing the amount of high cloudiness. So I'll now look at the NAM. See how that'll go far enough out with sky. It won't go that far out, but it should go far enough out. All right, so with the furthest it goes out is late Friday night, so it still has us in the clouds. And there'll be some clouds around Friday. Won't be a clear day, but it'll definitely be a lot more comfortable. Saturday we should see some more sunshine. So well, we're just gonna have to get through a rough. Another chance for some storms tomorrow, perhaps. I'm gonna look at the Ventus sky and look at the Cape for tomorrow and see, because today was really very promising, and it really panned out that we had a lot of strong thunderstorms. Some of them were severe, and just cool looking skies. So let's look at the thunderstorm risk for tomorrow here, and take a look at this. So we're looking at Thursday, and we will look at 2 p.m. Cape is not that high, so we're looking at let's see, 11 p.m. We have some 2 p.m. 5 p.m. Stays mostly offshore. Let's see, what about 7 p.m. So not really that. We may miss out on it tomorrow. So I think today we had a greater chance, but you can see looking off to our south. So this is awfully close. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on it. This actually is where the front is. So that will wrap up this weather update. A very interesting day across Long Island today with the weather. Hopefully you got a chance to see it, and thank you for watching. Have a good night.